What's up, y'all? LTJ Reasons here. This is Throwing Light. And if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. Before I get started, remember, please start subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really haven't rolled out a campaign. I don't understand YouTube, believe it or not, but I'm going to get there. And so I need you guys to go over there because you get all these Throwing Light interviews. You're getting the Throwing Light tour. We have now done, all of Texas. We'll probably maybe come back to Houston again. New York, San Francisco. I did a crossover at Awesome Geek Weekend. We have a crossover at IML this year. And then we'll be in New Orleans in July. Keep following that along. We'll be in Fort Lauderdale in August. We will be in Manchester, UK. October, we'll be in LA in November, we'll be in Atlanta in December. So please keep following that tour, sharing it around different topics. It's just a way for us to start having internal dialogues in our own community to kind of help each other get through it and bond and become more cohesive. Because as you know, division is kind of in the fad right now, and I'm not a division person. So let's keep trying to work on bringing each other together. With that being said, let's kick it on over to our IMO Class 47. Yes, we are back. It has been a year. Do you
It's
realize
been a
that?
year.
Do you realize
Yeah,
It literally has been a year.
which is crazy.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started. I'm going to call y'all out. Y'all go ahead and tell you who you are and what your title is, and we will move on. Let's start with the newbies. JB, let's start with you.
Hi, everybody. I am JB, aka Wildfire Onyx. I am Mr. Missouri Leather 2024.
All right, Ed.
Hi, I'm Ed. I'm actually still the current Mr. Atlanta Eagle 2024-2025.
Alex.
Hello, I am Mr. Hidden Door 2024 from Dallas, Texas.
Danger.
Yeah, in Danger I was Chicago Leather Ambassador 2024.
Welcome back, Damien.
Eh,
Damien Campbell, Mr. Kentucky Leather 2024.
Welcome back, Yoshi.
Pup Yoshi, Mr. Fetish SoCal 2024.
And everybody, I really wanted to bake a cake and all these different things, but someone is the first person to reach the most. Well, he's already been leading. He's been in a tie with someone who is probably going to catch up next week. But for now, he is going to be the reigning person of the most appearances on Throwing Light. I first had
That's crazy.
first of all, we go back to being Ty was my handler for IML, you guys. So
I
that was
was
our beginning of our relationship.
my first
Ty,
IML. Yeah.
Ty has been my first time L too, unfortunately. So Ty has had two solo episodes. He's been back for two special episodes. One dealing with disability. He was also on the 100th episode. That's the last time he's been on here. Ty is back, y'all, for the fifth time. Can we just go ahead and clap for Ty being on the
Yay.
most episodes going live? Congratulations, Ty. Five
Thank you.
episodes. Yes. And they've all been different. So
They have been.
I
Yeah.
would definitely, if you guys are a Dr. Ty fan like I am, I would definitely implore you to go back and watch some of the previous episodes that he's been on. He's also familiar with playing a game, so he kind of knows how this is going to go.
I've played a game or two. Yes. Thank you.
All right, y'all, let's get this thing started. I'm interested to see what this year's been, so I'm going to just kind of go in that same order. We're going to start with you, JB. It has been a year. What have you been doing this past year?
Oh my God. Okay, so how much time do you have?
We got an hour. Okay? Everyone, you got to split that hour up though between everyone.
Okay, so just a quick rundown of everything that I've been doing this year. After my step down, I decided that I was going to start a mentorship retreat. So we are in the plannings for a leather mentorship retreat in August. Yes, in August. And then I also am co-producing the new Missouri Kink Weekend. We just announced that yesterday. I also brought an Onyx chapter to the Kansas City, Missouri area. And I'm sure there's other stuff, but I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to stop talking and let someone else do this now because I've been busy.
Okay. All right, Ed. We'll talk about that, JV. What you been up to?
So I'm still in my title year, although I'm finally going to be stepping down in, what is it, July 24th, 25th weekend here in Atlanta. So if you all want to come out to Atlanta Leather Pride, by all means, come for my step aside. But Still been fundraising for Someone Cares Atlanta, which is a LGBTQ health organization that also provides mental health services, which is something that I care deeply about. And the biggest catch is that it provides those services regardless of your ability to pay. And then just kind of working on myself in terms of really exploring kinks, fisting, electro play, BDSM, kind of seeing what I like, what I don't like.
All right. Well, you go ahead with that buffet. All right. So let's go on. Alex, what about you? What have you been up to? We can't.
Alex, I think
Okay.
you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Just nothing. Just hanging out.
Okay.
That's a damn lie.
Do not believe it.
Yeah.
That was a wicked tweet.
So I have been traveling quite a bit. As y'all have seen, I've gotten the opportunity to judge a couple of events around the country. Probably my biggest thing has been stepping into leadership at IMLBB this year, into the fundraising and sponsorship department, and getting to shape that kind of how I did before in the past in my career. Yeah, just traveling the world.
Congratulations on being a part of IMLBB.
Thank
All
you.
right. Danger. You've been a spectator. Now it's your turn to be in the hot seat.
That it is. Yeah, I've been bouncing around where I can. Stepped in actually during my title year to help fill in some gaps and help produce Chicago Fetish Weekend, which is coming up this July 10th through 12th again. So help produce and get together those two titles, Midwest Rubber and now Midwest Leather. And also, I am working with Alex for the IMLBB sponsorship team, specifically so that they have somebody boots on the ground here in Chicago working with folks.
Fantastic, y'all. Yoshi.
So I've had the opportunity to den daddy a couple of contests here in LA, which is, my favorite thing to do. Just it's always nice to see somebody come into the contest and then you see how the experiences change them for the better. And so that's been really rewarding. I've also helping to start up an organization here in Southern California called the Southland Unified Title Holder Society, or SLUTS. It is a organization for title holders who won titles in the LA area or who are won titles elsewhere and now live in the LA area. Our goal is to provide camaraderie, support for current title holders, and also to put on some title holder boot camps to help prepare folks for contests.
Wow. Damien.
Oh, I gotta change hats for a minute here. It's been Kentucky Derby, and who doesn't love a good fascinator?
Listen, you know how I feel about a fascinator.
I mean, hell, it's been a weekend. What have we been doing in Kentucky? We've been actually coming together in solidarity about consent because we've had many issues with that this year, and it's been very heavy on my sash child, and we've been trying to grow them still within leather, but also growing the community and understanding that you have to ask before you touch the peach.
That's important. It is.
Mhm.
Can't
I've
buy-
also been working extensively with Jaybee in the Leather Consortium. I'm super excited about what is going to come from this. It's been amazing. And I'm going to take my hat off now because I don't have to feel like I'm on Wave TV and put the proper one back on. But yes, in solidarity and glitter and love. That's what we've been working on
I
in
love
Kentucky.
it. I love especially the glitter part. Ty, what about you?
It's been a busy year. Not quite as busy as my actual title year, which I was actually stepped down right before IML last year. But my the Kinky Book Club is continuing on. We are rounding about coming up about 2.5 years. So this is continuing on. We're over 2,100 members now internationally. We tiny fraction of them actually show up from month to month as we go through, but we're continuing our like every other month is an actual book, and then the alternating month is other content, whether it's a journal article, op-eds, or videos. And so we're continuing that work, which has been really fantastic in the education that we've been able to consume, which is a huge piece of my platform of what I've been working on is my entire time in the community. I've had the pleasure and honor of judging a few contests. Most recently, Austin Kink Weekend was a great time, and being able to kind of sash my grandchild, which was kind of crazy, but really excited for Rodrigo and him stepping up and seeing what he will do in his title year. He will run for IML 20 or 49 next year. I'm on the board of three professional organizations at the same time of kind of doing this. They're all kind of queer focused organizations. And the most recent is the Montrose Center, which is Houston's LGBTQ social services agency. So I'm like the representative of mental health professional on the board of the organization. So kind of helping choose and help steer the organization to make sure we're meeting the needs of the community. And the most recently is kind of helping one of the contestants rolling up this year for IMLBB. So that's a kind of a full circle event. As I said, my first IML was handling LTJ, and now I'm handling another contestant after my step aside. So it's been a pretty full year. So I'm excited.
Pretty Little makes you good over there too.
They're moving the Mr. Austin, Miss Austin Eagle contest, I think. But I will be actually with the change. My / grandson decided to compete in 49, so we'll both have our grandkids going, and I'm excited to see that. Definitely, I know mine is super eager and definitely working hard. So I look forward to see how the relationship with your grandkids.
It's crazy that there's already a class started. There's like half a dozen or so
Huh.
of contestants for next
Yeah.
year. It's
Yeah.
crazy that it's already started, and we don't even have the
Yeah.
rules. Like we don't even know what the qualifications are going to be of how they're handling that. So, and I'm sure we'll talk about that at some.
We will to some degree. So, all right, let's jump on. Let's just jump in a little bit. Danger. So, you're in Chicago, and you have gone through IML. You're very kind of literally close to it. But, how has this impacted your life? Like, before you got to IML and after it, like, were there significant changes to your life?
Before and after IML, I mean, personally, lots of them. I'm living a very different personal life than I was before, just with changes that need to happen. I mean, I've been a part of the Chicago leather community for about 15 years, ever since I moved here, in various ways. And what finally, to me, what it felt like finally like going through the IML experience, which was one of my initial entries even into the leather community. I went to my first IML 6 months after I moved to Chicago. Gave me a lot of ways to feel reinvigorated, and to learn from a bunch of people around the country what they were doing, and then take that back to what we're doing here in Chicago. We have monthly meetings all year with Chicago Fetish Weekend, and almost every one of them, I came like, so one of my title sibs ran into this thing. We should make sure we either do or don't do that thing when we put our weekend together. And just gave me really an opportunity to take the roots I already built here and water them with everything I had over the last year and a half. So that was my experience.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Personally, big changes. I got laid off about a month and a half before IML, which was a whole thing, but slightly terrifying. But it actually gave me the push to start doing freelance work, and I've been able to secure some clients, and it's really working out well for me personally. My stress level is way, way, way lower, and which my husband definitely appreciates. And then I guess so. IML changed me. I've heard people talk about their IML experience before, but it didn't make sense to me until I actually lived it. And how quickly all of us kind of got together and got to know each other just from spending a weekend together was pretty remarkable. And I really want to make sure that those who want that experience are able to get it. I think there are a lot of people who run for title, who are scared to run for a title, or don't think that title holding is for them. And that's one of the main reasons we're starting Sluts, is to really give people tools for feeling out, is this something that I really want to do? And then once they're ready to do it, make sure that they have the best experience possible.
I love that because I'm a slut for the community too. I really, I'm vibing with that. I'm
I
vibing.
mean, who all identifies as a slut in here?
I
I mean,
mean,
Jesus Christ. Know your audience.
but we are.
Look at JB.
I
Girl,
am a
we
sweet
are.
and innocent flower. I'm
Hi,
a sweet and
Stacey.
innocent flower.
You're the problem.
It's a totally very on point brand. All right, Ed, what about you? What are some of the changes?
Well, first after IML, I realized my anxiety medication was not working, so that had to change after IML. Uh, but honestly, growing up as a little Leatherman, I was always taught like this is how like kind of old guard mentality. This is how I needed to act. This is how I needed to present myself. But following IML, I saw that, there's this Venn diagram of our community where it's like you have leather, you have nerd, you have boot black, you have fetish, and right at the center, I can be all of those things and still be myself, like in the community and be accepted. So, I kind of embraced kink, fisting primarily, got back into Magic the Gathering, started traveling around with my decks. I'm going to be bringing some decks whenever I'm bootblacking at Open Shine this year too. So we'll see how that goes.
Wait, Ed, do you know I just had the Magic the Gathering epiphany yesterday? So I just moved into this house, right? And so I'll go get my Magic cards. Look, I have this elemental deck. I'm ready to whoop somebody's ass.
I have my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles deck that I'm ready to.
Are you going to IML? Will you play me at IML?
Sure, yeah.
I'll bring it. Now I haven't. Now tell me, I got decade old deck, but I'm not a fool. I can play. So I'm down. I'm bringing Magic, so we're gonna get that down. We can have a crowd watch if you want to. I'm down. Let's do this. I'm excited.
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right,
We'll
JB.
get a little gaming room together, or take
I'm
some
down.
space in the
If
lobby.
there's some games, if there's some like people coming on, man, we put a little group together in one of those little rooms. I don't see why not. Among the other 50 things we're all going to be doing.
Like I said, the Venn diagram. If you bring it, they will come.
JB, how have things changed?
Well, first thing I would just go ahead and say imposter syndrome is real. For me after IML, I will tell you guys, I went as a note, right after IML, one of my close friends passed away. So the drop from IML plus that equaled a very dark place for a second. But it actually propelled me to kind of do the things that I'm doing now and do the work that I'm doing now. It kind of gave me a fire and a drive, knowing that I had, 66 other people that had my back and made sure that like I was good. Actually really, really helped me to kind of get to the place where I'm at now, where I'm doing the things I'm doing and I'm keeping that energy up. So for me, it changed my life for the better. Although at the time when I was in it, I really felt like I was like, all of these people are so much better than me. All these people are so much greater than me. They've done more than I did. I don't deserve to be here. And now I'm like, yeah, I deserve to be on that stage. I'm fucking great.
No, that's a real feeling. I hope this upcoming class is watching this episode too, because that's a real thing. Like, I think what kept me from falling into that was I said, just keep going, Lewis. Like, just jump, leap off the stage, and just keep going. Because for me, like Ty, he said, that was my first one too. So there was all these like, oh, I wish I could have done this better. All this. I was talking to Ty one day. And I was like, I said the word mistakes, and he was like, I didn't see any mistakes. And I was like, that's what you said. But I had to kind of think about it. What is a mistake? Like, I went up there and I did the best I could. And look, I'm sitting pretty now, so it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Sorry. Life is definitely different. Like Danger, like some personal stuff has changed. My business has changed. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in tandem that still working in the community and doing programming and this sort of stuff. But one of the things that has changed kind of significantly is just having like, such a robust network now of just like we have connections of people literally across the U.S., literally across the globe, and this incoming class has I think 5 or 6 more international folks than we even had. There's 19 international folks in the incoming class out of 69, which is fantastic. I think we had 15. So it's just continuing to get more and more international, which is fantastic. This is what it's supposed to be. So I'm really excited to see that. But being able to lean into our folks and share the lived experience, like when one of us is navigating, our community is no different. It's just a microcosm of what's happening on a global issue. So we're working through all the isms. We're working through all of the discriminatory. We're working through marginalization. We're working through sexism. Like we're working through all of these things that everyone is working through. But seeing how like Australia is navigating this, seeing how Germany is navigating this, seeing how Italy is doing this, and so it's just been really helpful in being able to hear how other people are navigating those sort of things and being able to drop in our little group chat, which is still ongoing. It's nowhere near as active as it was the insanity before IML last year. But it's still going and still active, and we're able to drop in and get support from each other when we're struggling with something, where that imposter syndrome pops up for everyone. It's just been really helpful in having that kind of support and just knowing that wherever we travel, we have a person there. I'm going to be in New York in 2 weeks. I'm already talking with Zephyr. I'm like, hey, I'm coming. And so it's great having that kind of connection and camaraderie wherever we end up going.
And can I speak to that for just 1 second? I think that's the thing that was the most important part of it for me, was that connection and that camaraderie. I will tell them I bullied these people into liking me.
Lies.
But to me that was the most important part, was I'm coming out here, I'm meeting these people. What changed me, if I could really break it down, what changed me for the best is having these people in my life and in my corner, because they have been some of the most supportive people, and I think that's what this is all about.
Hey, y'all, hands in for that.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to that too. Like, I struggled with it in the moment. I really struggled with some anxiety going into the actual contest, and I really got in my head. And in the moment, in that weekend, I struggled to actually really connect with folks. And especially once we like separated out into our separate categories, I only saw 10 people all weekend. And so like we seeing anybody or connecting with folks outside of the 10 people was really challenging for me. Because I was trying to manage and cope with my own anxiety and stuff. And so I spent a lot of time afterwards trying to connect with folks. I think I've seen every single one of these. Maybe Davey and I haven't seen you since IML, but everyone else I've seen at least once or twice outside at events or whatnot. And being able to connect with folks even after IML, like, and I think that these are connections that will last a lifetime. And so I absolutely agree, JB. This is the greatest prize of being part of having this around your neck. Yeah.
And just about, I mean, Ty, that was my experience too, because I was in the first group, I was number one. I was just kind of, it was very hard to get out of, what's coming next, or, what to expect, and things like that. But I did after it was over. And I had time to, well, like I really wanted to build a relationship with my IMO siblings. And I wanted to make sure, because I knew that the contest was over, and these people, like, and I second, third to, it's a phenomenal thing to be like, hey, I want to go to this place, who's there, and know people. Or, I've been very, very lucky, blessed, whatever you call it, to be able to reach out and ask a lot of people to help me, do these things. And so, the connections are important. And if you're genuine, even better, because people want to continue being around people that are genuine. So let's go to Damien. How have things changed for you?
Things have changed so much. I've been asked to judge competitions last year, and I've got invitations for this year. I just got off the mock panel for all of the Australian contestants that are coming
Mhm.
to IML, and I literally lost my mind. They have some contenders coming, and they're bringing it hot, but
Yes, they
lit
are.
it it's nice to be not the Tom of Finland perspective, but my own perspective when I get to meet these people. Like I got to meet all of you. I've been electrocuted by danger in Michigan. I got to spend quality time and judge Mr. Missouri with JB. I have not seen you, Ty, because life wraps us up and we don't get to go to all the fun events all the time when we want to. But at the end of the day, it's been wild. And it's nice to know that there's room at the table. And we will continue to bring that perspective. We will continue to have people that continue to push the boundaries. And I love that. And that's evolution of a community.
Alex.
Oh, yeah. First, I'm going to start with my time at IML was layered. Behind the scenes, I was going through a breakup and a separation from my leather family, and there were some challenges with my producer that kind of made things unstable. So emotionally, I wasn't walking in at 100%. But I made the decision early on that I wasn't going to let that define my experience. One of the most meaningful moments for me was carrying a Texas flag during opening ceremonies. That moment hit deep because just a month prior, I was supposed to compete for Mr. Texas Leather. So being able to still walk into that space, I felt like I was reclaiming something that almost slipped away. IMO for me became less about the perfection, more about the resilience. Even when things were messy behind the curtain, I still showed up and I was really proud of that. So for those that are feeling like that going into IMO 48, just know you're not alone and you weren't the first one to feel that way. I've continued to work in nonprofit and community spaces, especially around LGBTQ and Latino empowerment, which has always been at the core of what I do. I got to start Latinx Encuadrados at Dallas Eagle, which is a Latino leather night for us, by us. So actually, when you walk into the space, everything's in Spanish or Spanglish as well. That's a very special thing that I got to start here. So overall, I feel like this past year has been turning the visibility from IML into action, not just being seen, but being useful. Building relationships, raising resources, and helping create opportunities to create opportunities for others to step into the space too.
So I'm going to pivot to a more serious question, something that's more relevant, more topical. Who's all living in a blue state right now? Raise your hand.
God, no.
All right, who else live in a red state? Is there 5? All right, well, let's talk about that for a little bit because leadership's challenging right now because of the political climate. And I don't know how Ty and Alex feel, but this environment, you don't know what's going to happen, especially being in a place like Texas where it's open carry and you can I don't know. It's a very mean redness. I think every color, every state is blue or red for their own reasons. I think Louisiana's just dumb. I'm from there. They just don't know better. Texas is a little bit more of intention to a lot of the things I feel like, and it can be very challenging. And leadership to want to go out and be visible because it's scary at the same time, right? Do you agree with that? When we put on our leather and go out, we are subjecting ourselves to possible, ill treatments. And I don't really know what it's like to live in a blue state. I have never lived I lived in Michigan until I was 4, but I don't remember that. But I've been in Michigan. They're nice. Yeah, they are. And so
passive aggressive.
Well, they're by Canada. So this is now what I want to talk about. How can we inspire people in our communities right now to, transcend the politics that are happening? I'm going to start with you, Ty. Has it been very challenging you in terms of being a leader and trying to execute things in Texas?
I mean, yes, it's really difficult, especially being a cis white male, but still being representative and trying to lift up the marginalized parts of our community. Last year we had our inaugural mix title for the Texas leather family, and Rebel did an amazing job, but showing up in a place where you know non-binary folks are not seen, not represented, maybe not even safe. A lot of our Texas title holders are also trans, and so being able to support them and lift them up, their causes, and show up for their things, it's very difficult. It's very hard to make a decision about anytime we engage in this sort of stuff, we have to think about safety first. And regardless of our title, regardless of our duty or our representation, we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves first, and safety always comes first. And so, like, when we're literally having to say, is this even safe for me to show up? It's very hard to like coming with any kind of criticism to a title holder if they don't feel safe. Like, it's very hard. So yes, it's absolutely very representative here, and Texas is coming for our trans folks.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are coming for them hot. It is very difficult right now for our trans folks in Texas. And so, I'm doing as much as I can to support my trans folks and our siblings that are just really just struggling to just exist. But so the short is, yes, it's been very difficult this past year.
And some trans people have left Texas, some that had the capabilities of doing that. Because I've talked to a lot of trans people, and they're like, I don't feel safe in Texas. And
My Sash son,
rightfully so. Yeah.
he just stepped aside and he's leaving Texas.
Yeah.
He's leaving Texas.
It's that serious. It really is. It really is that serious. Alex, you want to co-sign that?
Yeah, I mean, living in a red state has definitely made leadership even more intense and a little bit harder. But it's also made us learn that you have to be more intentional and a little bit more strategic. In spaces like LGBTQ and kink communities, they're not always supporting you. Quickly learn that visibility alone isn't enough. You have to be thoughtful about how you show up and how you build relationships and how you create space for others safely. It definitely pushed me to lead with cultural awareness and adaptability. I've had to meet people where they are, especially within the Latinx community. There was a time when my co-host for Latinx Encuadrados was like, I think we might have to cancel this month because ICE kept stopping at different restaurants and bars around the Dallas Eagle. And I said, no, fuck that. If anything, it should be even more highlighted and more protected and more attended because of this, showing them that we're not going away, that they're not scaring us, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare us. So it's definitely made me more protective of the community. The spaces that we create. Latinx Encuadrados are events that are needed right now. We need to show up for them. And honestly, it's made me braver. When you're doing this work in a place where it's not always easy, you stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You just start building anyway.
We're superheroes, y'all. We really are. Yoshi. Yeah. So you're in California, right? I've been there twice already. I tell you, the energy is totally different. There's different concerns. But in this political climate, have things become more challenging?
Yeah, they have. I mean, we certainly take a lot more things for granted here. Visibility is not as much of a challenge, right now. It's the Off Sunset Fair here in LA. Actually, I'm in my car because I forgot the festival was today. But anyway, so being out, being able to be in gear and feeling pretty safe and not really having concerns about those kinds of things, I think it's, we don't tend to think about that as much. But being that we're here in LA, we're with a large Latino population, heavily impacted by ICE and immigration enforcement, even though the state and local governments are resistant. The feds just swoop in, and it has really dampened the energy here. You notice that there's fewer people who are out because they're afraid to go out to events. The vendor that that was always in front of the Eagle Friday and Saturday nights, she has not been out there in over a year, which was really, really sad. And people have had loved ones deported. It's awful. And I think what has been really inspiring to me is how Latino leaders here in LA, like Leo Urate, who's going to be a judge at IML this year. He put together, we could talk for years about how the Latino community has been dismissed and ignored here in LA. But he saw that titles weren't serving his community. So he and others started Latino focused titles and had Encanado Weekend last Labor Day, which was a amazing, amazing event where you have the Latino title holders competing. The audience participated. They did demos. It was incredible. And my hat is really off to them for doing that, even in spite of personal risk and the Latino folks who are stepping out right now. I think our obligation is to support them as much as possible because the odds are just stacked against them in so many ways here.
This is an important conversation, and the reason I want to do this is because my year we had hope. There was still an election going on, and just to show how the political and things can change in just a year, I just want people to really understand that because it was not like this last year. It wasn't like this in 2024, but like 2025 came, things started really getting bad. Now we're in 2026, and it's amazing because I go back and I think, man, we had hope. We were pushing Kamala Harris and all this stuff. And now here we are almost 2 years later. And it's just like, we're trying to figure out how to move forward. And I think it's really going to take a lot of reinvention. And I really hope that people can come to that maturity to understand that if old practices and ways aren't helping us uplift each other, then we've got to try new things. Damien, you're in Kentucky.
I'm changing hats again. God damn it!
Listen,
I'm
I got
changing
gas.
hats again.
I was like, listen, the car is gassed up. I'm ready to do this.
I'm like, we're down here, and we are like, oh, what fresh hell did we just sign up for? Oh, $500 for a tank of gas? No, not at all. But honestly, losing my mind and protecting my people is important. And I think what's most important about it, because we've literally had a lot of bullshit going on right now. I mean, everybody has in their own communities, and it's been hard. Oh my God, David's here.
I know, he's not David Cup.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
But it's
Love
impacting
you.
IML too, right? Like we in our class, we lost a small handful of folks that weren't willing
Yeah.
to come
We
over
did.
to the
We did.
US.
We did.
I know it's impacted this class. There's a number of the people that aren't coming over, and even Alistair, who's the current IMBB, who's not coming over because he doesn't feel safe to come over, and we're fucking judging.
It's
right?
very unfortunate that they don't feel safe. It's very unfortunate that we're dealing with this in our own communities in our red states. Because, God damn it, if I hear red state again, I live in a very purple neighborhood, and it's a lot of effort to go out and be myself every day. But you know what? From every moment I've lived in Kentucky, and I'm originally a Michigander, I've had my nails painted. And you know how many other sons of bitches go out and get their nails done? Go get it.
So, and I want to jump in and step to this too and speak to this too as
it's your turn. It's your turn, actually.
Is it my turn, actually? Listen, because I've been chomping at the bit this whole time. As someone who comes from, I originally from the DC area. I'm originally from there, so I'm used to being in a blue area. To move all the way out here to this big giant red state, that I'm like, what in the hell? What? I don't understand how we got here, or any of do you not know how to conjugate verbs or read books or understand history? Like, what the hell is going on here? One of the things for me that I think is really interesting, or is how us as title holders, we are like leaders in the community. So our job is to be the people to stand in the gap for those who have less privilege than we do. That is, to me, that is what we do. So we were very intentional on wearing our trans wristbands to make sure that we are standing with these communities. But I think that at this point now we are recognizing that, I'm sorry I'm getting hyped up, but we are recognizing that we need to be doing more. And I think that's
Yes, we
the
do.
question that we need to be asking ourselves is what can we be doing? I realize that next year is the 40th anniversary of the 1987 March on Washington for gay lesbian rights. I might be thinking about trying to plan another one because I don't have enough on my plate, but the work needs to be done. You know what I mean? Like these are things that we need to be doing. We need to remind people that we're out here. We need to be reminding people that we're not going away. We need to be reminding people that, you know, whether you live in a red state or a blue state, it all affects us just the same. We're all going to be dealing with it at some point because when they get done with, with the Latino community and with the trans community, they're not going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ed,
And
So many feelings.
Ed,
Shameless plug for Queer and Present Danger every other Thursday on my YouTube channel.
well, drop that link. You better put that link in there or something so I can tell people. Ed, where you at?
So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, actually, right in
Oh, you're
Midtown
in Georgia.
Atlanta right now.
That's right, you're in Atlanta. What am I thinking? I'm like Atlanta, Texas. I don't know. All right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough that I am in a gigantic blue bubble in a red state. I mean, but the thing is that I have to regularly travel outside that bubble for work, and I feel like I also have a little bit more of a unique perspective because I am a lawyer. I am a former elected official whenever I was in Pennsylvania. You know, I did pass or force through a non-discrimination ordinance whenever I was an elected official. Like, so I've seen it all before coming to the title holder realm. And, even as an active title holder, it would be going and being present, using my platform to help bring more attention to other groups, to other events. But even more so now, as I'm starting to kind of get ready for my step aside, I've been really trying to be very methodical about basically making myself available, letting people use my knowledge to be able to help them do the behind the scenes work of setting up an event, of helping them create space for an event or an organization that they're trying to either get started, maybe do something at the Eagle, one of the other bars in the area, and just not gatekeeping that information that I was able to gather over my time as a title holder, interacting with different people and trying to even make those connections with others. Like, hey, have you met this person yet? They might be helpful with this event. So that's been at least what I've been trying to do from my aspect.
Danger, ending on a blue state.
oof, yeah, I mean, so I'm in Chicago, I'm in Illinois, I'm in a blue state. I'm from Texas, right? Like I grew up in Houston. I spent my summers in Muleshoe, Texas. So I've got that perspective. And when I hear people, especially around me, especially in other sort of blue areas, talk about sort of red state in this sort of dismissive way, right? This like they made their choices, let them live with it. It makes me so angry, honestly, because it's the people who live in Mississippi and Alabama and parts of Texas are not the people in power, right? And they are, you know, some of them would love to move to Chicago, right? They'd love to move to pull up stakes. That's destructive for an insane amount of people. And the idea that we can sort of sit here smugly about it just sort of like raises my hackles. And I also live in a city that was directly targeted by our government, right? Like I walk to work, I walk to the train, and I pass a school. And for 4 months, there were people outside with whistles and alert cards because they had to be there to protect parents and children at drop off every day because the president of the United States had sent thugs to kidnap people in my city, right? So it is this bizarre thing of feeling under siege and also feeling very protected, right? With, the only good billionaire as our governor, a mayor who will stand up and literally say fuck ICE, right? Um, but what I've seen in our community, especially, is this honest exhaustion because it's been a decade of us really feeling this way. And in 2016, there was a lot of outward work, a lot of protest, a lot of resist fight. And what I've been seeing in the last year and a half, especially, is a lot of inward looking. And a lot of us just really focusing on how we can take care of each other and make sure that the spaces that we do have control over are spaces where people feel safe and secure and welcome. And in that time, I've seen Chicago's leather community become queerer, become significantly less white, become significantly less dude heavy, because we've had that conscious effort. We can't control what's happening out in the rest of the world. We're damn sure going to make that our part of the world is as safe and welcoming as possible.
Right on,
I think
y'all.
that really speaks. I think that speaks to like the shift that I think our community is moving into, especially if we continue the path that we're on, is that we can't rely on what has been government
Yeah.
funded programs for the queer community. Like all HIV research has been slashed. All sexual health programming and research has been slashed. Like all of these things and these programs that have been there to take care of us are gone, or at least in the process of being slashed and taken away. And so I think there's going to be a resurgence. I think that we are going to have to rely on our fundraising efforts that we've been doing since the 80s. Like, I think we're going to have to go back to this where we took care of us, because no one else is going to fucking come in and do it. The
Well, it was
government programs
always
are
us that
gone.
took care of us. It's why
But
so many people spent thousands or hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in order to protect us when they tried to push the AIDS epidemic under the rug.
sure,
Well,
but
and
Ryan
I'm
White has been taking care of the HIV community for decades,
right.
and now that's in danger. We might lose the Ryan White grant, and that would be devastating to our community. Devastating.
And
And
It would be so like we're gonna have to rely on ourselves, is what Danger was
yeah.
saying. I'm just saying it's a movement.
Well, I'm going to
and to
say
kind
this, and I might shake the table a little bit.
Mhm.
So feel free to cut this out if you feel like you need to. I completely understand. Part of the reason why how we got, because I like to think about how we got here. What are the things that happened that got us to the place that we are right now? And one of the things that for me was marriage equality happened, and cis gay white men sat down. They said, "I got it. We're done." We rather than saying that was part of the fight, but it wasn't the only fight. And what we're seeing now is black trans women being, some of one of the most murdered people, in this country right now. You're seeing all of these things, or this fallout from this idea that, like, we were all together. We all had a plan, and we were like, the entire LGBT community was like, we want this thing. This was our push. And then they sat down because what they wanted was they achieved, and left the rest of us in the fight. And what we need to do is reconcile with that, because until we reconcile with that, we're just going to be spinning our wheels. That's just
All right, y'all.
And to
Well,
piggyback off of that, I was actually a direct effect of the funding cuts last year. So, as many of you know, I lived in Houston when I won my title, but I ended up moving to Dallas for an opportunity to work for the resource center up here in a Latino HIV program that was starting. I got to build it off the ground and actually get it started. 7 months in, they decided they were going to eliminate our entire department. Our department was boots on the ground with the empowerment model, which was targeted to gay males 18 to 24, specifically Black males, because that was the highest number of new HIV cases. But now it was Latinos. So they were starting this program, but slashed, completely cut out. And I said, fuck this need is still here. So that's why I started Latinx Encuadrados, to bring that awareness back to our community, because that need is still there. Just because they eliminated the department does not mean we don't need it.
we do.
and that's why I love you.
And
Love you,
look,
JP.
this is what I want to say. hope, optimism, endurance, perseverance. We've been here before. That's been my biggest message on the Louisiana. I'm getting my tours confused. On the Throwing Light tour, is we've been here before, not in the same aesthetic, not in the same issue. Well, some of the problems are the same, but we can do this. We are the present people, the present leaders, this part of history. We are living history. We can be a part of it. We can be remembered. So I say, hey, yeah, it would have been nice to be, born in the 60s and we were all doing drugs and running around and naked and shaking our titties. We could have been in the 60s, but we're here. We're in 2026. And
I am dead.
all our references are going wrong. But my point is that we're designed for this, you guys. We would not be here if we were not prepared or meant to be a part of this. So and I'm saying this to people, just carry where we are with a little bit of pride that we can tackle these challenges and that we can make a difference and that we can be remembered. And it does suck, but panic, fear, if we feed off of that, we're not going to move forward. So let's loosen things up now. All right.
Let's lean on each other.
Okay. I'm going to call our first game that we're going to play is just here for you guys. I want to know what you really, really think of each other. So I'm going to go one at a time, and you have to choose out of these beautiful 7 people who you want to marry, who you just want to make babies with, and who you want to get rid of. Y'all ready? We're going to start with Ed. Ed, you are first. So who would you like to marry?
I'm gonna go with Jaybee.
Keep going. Who would you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jaybee because I feel like he'd make me laugh all the time. He'd keep me going. Damien for making babies with because my babies need to have a little bit of hair. And I don't got much of that other than like everywhere else in my body. Get rid of. I mean, I know I don't like Samsonites, so.
Can we just make that our default answer?
We already did the get rid of thing, so we're good.
I am dead.
I think we successfully did that.
So is that the final answer?
Okay. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of anybody here. So I'll cop out there.
You got to get rid of someone, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. Who are you putting on your lifeboat on the Titanic sink? And who are you going to kick off?
We'll go with Yoshi because he's already in a car.
Well, Yoshi, you go next.
Oh, the pressure. Mary, I would marry Damien because he's just so sweet.
You're too sweet.
And you have beautiful hair. Make babies with. Oh boy. JB, because I think you'd be a lot of fun.
Is making babies fun? I didn't know that. I thought like child support and all that stuff.
It's all
no.
It's like the derby.
Babies don't live.
All right. So Yoshi, who are you going to kick out of your car?
Oh, I'm going to get rid of Ed.
It's turnabout's fair play.
All right, JB, it's your turn.
Let's see. I'm going to start with who I would kick out of the car first, just because that's easier for me.
Oh no!
And it isn't out of because I don't love them dearly. It's because this is my sister and now my coworker, and we can't do that. Damien, you have to sit out this.
I'm gonna have to sit this one out. I'm gonna have to sit. Gonna have to
saying?
sit on it
Damien,
hard.
you were on a roll. You had like make babies with. That just now you're down in the bottom now.
Now, yeah, to making sweet love, because I don't just fuck, I make sweet love, would have to be Dr. Ty, because there's just
Aw.
I just want to I want to know what that dick do.
We all do. Don't worry. We all do.
And
The world does.
I'm just trying to figure out how I can get around on the turn. I want to ride the Texas Twister. You know what I'm saying? And as far as marry, who would I marry? It would have to be Danger, because I feel like he'd be so sweet and just cuddle up with me and watch, Netflix movies or something. It'd be fun.
Well, I'm going to pass it over to Danger now.
Okay. So marry, make babies, and get rid of. I will say Mary's going to be Damien. Because I like the dinner parties will be fabulous. And let me be very clear that,
Oh my
as
God.
cis white dude, what I am looking for is a 1950s housewife who will make the best cocktails.
That is true.
100%. To make babies with, if we are going with that and not a euphemism, the actual thing of like, who would I want raising kids? Alex, I have seen the way he organizes things, and my God, those children would show up to school prepared every day. So I would be able to be the fun dad. Super excited for that. And get rid of, it's got to be Ed, because I need to get rid of as many like bald, bearded, like average height dudes in this class as possible, so people will stop confusing me
Well,
for that.
thank you for saying I'm average height. I appreciate that.
That's a fair way to eliminate. There can only be one of you. So that's great. So Alex, your turn.
Ooh, who would I marry? The first person that came to mind was Yoshi. Yoshi was my number neighbor at IMO. He kept me grounded. He was like my little service pup. He was amazing, very sweet. So he definitely keep me grounded at home. Make babies with Danger, because I've seen that blue sky, and damn.
Blue sky? There's a blue sky? Hold on a second. My answer might change.
He's just gonna sample us all.
Yes,
we know that
I am.
JB would sample every one of us.
And who would I get rid of? Damien, because I am so jealous of that hair.
Damien, you started out like as the prize of the group, and now it's just taking a turn for you. I don't know.
But it would be after he passes out the snacks, because my favorite IMO was when you were passing out snacks.
Hey, I did that on purpose because you were hungry.
Ty, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go start with the get rid of, just because it leads into the others, and so we just need to get rid of the white men. So sorry, Ed, that you're gonna go, because I'm gonna make babies with Danger, because we're both Jews and we have to continue the lineage. And I'm gonna marry Alex, just because I love Alex so much, and I know how much of a service boy Alex wants to be sometimes. But we're gonna have to deal with the bratty side. We're gonna have to work on that. We're
You're not a
Brat unite.
Damien, please end this round with
Oh my gosh, who I'm gonna marry, who I'm going to make babies with, and who I have to end. Oof. Okay, so I like a spicy relationship. So if I'm marrying somebody, it'd be Danger, because he electrifies me. If I'm going to spend all of eternity with somebody who brings me joy, it's going to be JB. I know you were kind of caught off guard, but if I had to kill somebody, it'd be Alex, because who doesn't like killing puppies?
Goddamn.
Well, there we go. So that's
Well,
So much for sweet.
I'm just happy I managed to stay alive the whole time.
Everybody. All right, this is going to go super quick. Now, I want to give you the option. You have two options. For this game, it's superlative. So I'm just going to say a bunch of random shit really fast, and you're going to try to come up with who you think fits that superlative. You have the option of keeping it within this game, or do you want to mention anyone in your class?
Let's just keep it in this game.
Yeah, let's keep it in this game. We're having enough fun.
And we're
68 people
going
is a
back.
lot to
Are
think
you
of.
ready to go? Who's most likely to wake up in full drag?
Damien.
Damien.
That's super easy, guys.
Hell,
that
I'd
was
have a
your
hard enough
test
time waking up
question.
early.
Now we'll go to your first real question. This is your real number one question. Are you ready? All right. Who's most likely to do a walk of shame?
No, it's a walk of pride.
Yeah,
I was like, same
everybody.
answer.
And I will
Damien.
march. I will lead the
Same answer,
church.
Damien.
I always
I
ask
was
this.
gonna say Alex because the stairwell.
I would say Alex.
Alex.
Always
It's
ask
Alex.
this.
MAO
Ready. So
MAO
is
had to
it
do a walk
Alex?
of shame in my camo apron, going from another hotel back to the host hotel at MAO.
Oh, you went
My God, that
outside
was
the
not shame.
hotel.
Oh, she's already done the walk of shame.
Yeah.
Undid it.
That was a little chilly, huh?
We didn't see.
It
All
was
right, this
cold,
one's super
yes.
easy too, okay? This one is who's the kinkiest?
I'm going with danger on
I'm
this
going
one.
with danger.
I'm gonna go with danger.
Or
Hands
tie.
in.
That's
Yeah.
enough to win. Danger's winner of that round. Okay.
Although I
there
do
we
want to know
go.
this electrical thing you're talking about and how I can be a part of it.
All right.
Ask Mr. Michigan.
All right, we're all in a horror movie. Who's most likely to sacrifice themselves for everyone else?
Yoshi.
Yoshi, for
Yoshi.
sure.
Oh, Yoshi, yeah.
Yeah.
She
I'm gonna be
even
dead
said-
first anyway, so it'll be Yoshi.
Most likely to be the killer.
Me.
Who's most likely to be the
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Ty.
Absolutely.
He's the
That I would
mastermind. He has all
sacrifice
these.
myself?
No,
Oh, I'm the killer.
no.
I'm the
Yoshi's
killer.
gonna
That's the killer, yeah.
sacrifice. You're gonna be the killer.
100%.
Who do you think can cook the best?
JB.
Oh, it's a toss-up between JB and me.
Yep.
We can,
Yeah.
I'd say Damien gets a pat it.
You were passing out snacks. So were those homemade snacks?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Homemade by the
I was
grocery
like,
store.
Uh-huh.
Like, homemade by General Mills.
Homemade by Costco.
Not Betty Crocker.
Who's most likely to go streaking? Do you know what that is? When you go naked, you run naked. Who's most likely to run naked in the middle of a crowd?
I'm going to say danger
Alex.
and myself.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
gonna say Alex.
I was gonna say
I would.
Alex.
Okay. Who has the best fashion sense?
Damien.
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 Shit. Thank you.
Who is to you the all-star of this group?
JB.
JB. Mm-hmm.
I'll give JB.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
JB, you got a ticket to Leather All Stars. It looks like you're going to be going to compete for your class. It looks like.
Oh, I don't know how that happened, but okay.
You bullied us into it.
I did.
Bullying.
No, wait, let me tell the story. So I will tell the story really quick. I know we're getting close to the end, but oh my god! So before IML, I would go in the morning and say hello every day, and if I didn't hear anything back within like 5 to 10 minutes, people were getting cussed out.
That was also no matter what we were talking about. We would be in the middle of a heavy ass conversation about trans rights, about political shit, about somebody's mother dying. JB comes in, hello. 10 minutes later, hello.
I said
everybody?
hello.
I said hello. I'm like, baby.
Read the room.
We'll
Literally, read the messages around you.
Reading
Well,
the room is
in JB's
important.
defense, there was sometimes like 6,500 messages that he'd have to get through in the morning.
That's a lot. That's a
Here's my
lot.
last
We were
question.
a talkative group.
Good luck, IMLBB.
Last one.
49.
Okay, this is the last question. So this is what I'm going to ask you. Who's most likely to run for another title?
Not I.
Yeah. Oof.
JB, because
JB?
Yeah, well,
JB.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
JB.
Yeah.
Because
JB.
I am already running for another time.
What?
Me and my partner are running for Citadel Power Exchange in September.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
well, congratulations.
My pup wants me to do Midwestern Handler, and I'm like, I don't know.
I have admiration for people that can go from one title to the next without a break.
International Leather Boy.
It, yeah.
That's a good one.
I want to, but I don't think I'm gonna have another title unless it's International Mr. Saliva.
Oh,
Mr. Saliva, what's
okay.
this? Tell me more.
International
It was-
Mr. Got 2000?
It used to be like a little fun title that they had at the Pantheon Leather Awards. It was just who was most popular.
Saliva.
Mr.
Well,
Got 2000?
Wow. You know, Alex, everyone pretty much said you're the whore of the group. That's what I
Oh, I
learned.
love that. I'm such a proud of
I mean, there was that
Although-
whole stairwell thing.
He's just a service boy at heart. That's
Yeah.
all.
I hope you
It's
feel
just,
seen,
he has a
Alex.
heart of service,
I feel seen and
among
loved.
other parts.
Just know that you're appreciated for who you
As
are.
long as you have an AARP card, Alex will let you do it.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
All right, y'all. We're at the end. There's one more thing. One more thing, y'all. Okay, y'all got to do one thing for me before we end this episode, okay? And well, there's another thing, but y'all should know what's coming at the end. This is what I need. Leave your class, your children, your brothers that are coming out of your vaginas. So leave. I want you to come up with one word that you want to dedicate to this class for them to take with them across the stage. You may say the same word if you like. One word. Give a word to the class of IML 48. Ty, why don't you start?
One word with an explanation. Grounded. Keep your feet on the fucking ground. Don't get caught up in the hubbub and the craziness and the status and the TV and the like. You came here to represent the shit that you've been doing. You've already done it. Now you get to just show it off. Stay true to you.
Ed.
I feel a little attacked by that because I jumped on the stage and did not keep my feet on the ground. And almost
I didn't
fell
either.
on
That's
my
why I'm
butt,
saying.
but
Don't do what I
hey,
did.
I would say fun. Have fun with it. Just make memories.
So I didn't break a chair.
Damien, your turn.
I'm going to say glitter. Leave a piece of you with everyone that you touch.
Craft, or what is it? Craft herpes.
That's herpes.
Your turn.
Y'all loved my craft herpes and it all touched your life.
Alex, your turn.
I would say resilience, because this journey will test you and shape you into something stronger than you expected. It definitely did to me.
JB?
I would say camaraderie. Remember that these are your siblings and that is going to be the most important part of this journey, no matter what. Your number doesn't matter. What matters is what happens in that room with those people at those times.
Be present. Absolutely.
Yoshi, your turn.
Belong. You belong there.
Mhm.
You've earned it. And no matter what you think about what you did on stage, you know, you can second guess all the decisions you've made up to this point, but you deserve to be there, and we're all so proud of you.
And danger.
Yeah. You'll. I'm going to say moment. Take your moment. This is your moment to shine, to be yourself. And it's also just one moment in your journey. It's just one big moment in time, just a moment in the woods, but it's yours.
The leather world is a big world. Just remember, this is a contest, but it is a gateway to a lot of things. But remember, our world is our leather world is around the world. So there's plenty of work to be done. There's plenty of places to go help. So let this be a stepping stone. But I guess I'll have a little time with IMO 48 next week, but we'll see. All right, y'all, we're at the end. Thank you for this episode. There's one thing left. Some of you know what I need you to do. Do I need to explain it?
Oh, you do not need to explain it, but I do want to thank you, LTG, for putting this together.
Of course, it's an honor.
I mean, it's amazing to be with all of y'all, and I can't wait to see you in a couple days because we're coming in hot.
I
Damien,
cannot wait to get my hands on
inviting.
all of you.
Oh, so many hugs.
It's going to
But
be
go
fun,
on.
y'all. It's in what, 19 days? 18?
19
yeah.
days.
19.
Wow.
Okay, y'all. I'm going to count to 3, and when I count to 3, you're going to say all together. If you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. Y'all ready?
1, 2,
I fuck up every time.
3.
Wait, okay, here we go.
You-
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
If you're
If
not
you're
throwing
not
light,
throwing light,
I'm
not
doing it right.
acting
That's
Acting
right.
Can I get an amen?
I got it right.
Amen.
We were a class of 68 deeply individual voices.
67.
67. 67.
No,
We
Monica.
killed the bird.
No,
We
Monica.
killed the bird.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for this episode. This was a lot of fun. I will see y'all next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Everybody.
We love you.
Love you all.